So one area where Sekiro differs a little bit from most of the other Souls games is that rather than having two different buttons for a light and heavy attack, it uses the same button. So you tap the button, the attack button, and you do a quick attack. Whereas you hold it, you do a longer, bigger attack that's got more wind up, does more damage. Risk reward as typical for Souls games. And it's interesting to see how that system works. I'm playing this animation at half speed, and this is the heavy attack, or sorry, it's light attack first. And an interesting thing, if we look at over here, these are the animation details of what animation is currently playing. So as I scrub through it, you'll see it goes from this resting pose to animation 850-3000. So that's the wind up. You'll see it plays. It does like a 6-frame blend. And then 4, 5, 6, and then suddenly it switches to another animation. On this frame, we've played 6 frames of 850-3000, and then suddenly on this pose, it switches to 300,100, and that starts blending. And this one, the other one keeps going. It starts blending out over 6 frames. So it's interesting that it's doing 2 different animations, basically. Whereas if you look at the heavy attack, this is where I'm holding the button, it just stays on the 3001. So it's quite clever if you think about it. It's basically using the heavy attack wind up for both animations. And then I'm theorizing that it then pulls the button again on frame 6. So if you've let go of it, if you've done a short tap, then it instantly switches to animation 300,100 and then plays that one for the light attack. But it always does the same wind up. and if you look at it in Dark Souls Animation Studio, we can see that's indeed the case. So this is the heavy attack, this is 300,000, and this is just the one that just plays. You can see there frame 6, and then it just keeps going. You can see this the SFX thing that appears there. That's the little glint on the sword as it does it. Whereas the other one, 300,100, this is already starting in this pose. It's not exactly the same pose as frame 6 on this, but there's a 6-frame blend between them. So, it's close enough that over a few frames of blending, it'll look fine. And then it'll go straight into this one. So it's very clever, really, a very elegant solution, really. It always plays the wind up from the heavy attack, but then if you've let go of the button, it goes straight into the light attack, so you get that much faster. You've done the attack there on frame 10, whereas on the heavy attack, the actual impact doesn't happen until frame 23. So quite a difference. That's where you get your hitbox. So much slower, but does more damage. That risk reward thing. Hope that's interesting, and I'll probably do more of these videos as I go deeper into the systems in Sekiro in particular, and probably Elden Ring and maybe Dark Souls as well. Cheers.